What's up, everybody? This is Corey Van Castle, Cook of the Movie Chumps.
Luscious Luke Mayo in the house.
And we just got out of Steven Spielberg's latest Disclosure Day. Luke, what'd you think?
Best film by him, other than maybe Tintin, because I just love that damn movie, in probably the last 20, 22 years or so. I thought it was fantastic, full of wonder. Spielberg was in his bag. This is one of the first times I actually walked into a theater thinking, okay, I'm going to get wrapped up in the narrative. But more than that, I'm just going to take in like the shot selection, where Spielberg puts the camera. Because as we've said before, he's 79, he turns 80 in December. This could be one of the last ones by him. And you hate to be, pessimistic like that, but you just don't know, right? It's like, how many more games does Steph Curry have, right? You got to take this stuff in. So I really went in with like a sense of appreciation and gratitude. And I came away blown away by like, this is a guy that's been giving us gifts for decades. He does it again. Somehow he pulls off another Alien type film. Just when, like, I'm the type of guy where it's like, all right, man, how many more Alien movies can we get just in general? We've seen every kind of scenario. This was something different. I love the chase, the journey of it. Just that feeling of we're not alone in this world. And empathy. It's a 2-hour roller coaster ride of what is empathy, what does it mean for us Americans, for humans, and somehow he ties in the universe. I don't want to give away too much, but it did a little bit of everything for me.
Yeah, I gotta say, I kind of consider Spielberg as there's two Spielbergs. There's genre Spielberg, and then there's Spielberg that's a little more serious stuff like Schindler's List and stuff. I would say that this is the best genre Spielberg that he's done easily since Minority Report. As Luke said, I got that awe, I got that wonder, another amazing John Williams score. I was literally on the edge of my seat multiple times. I was just locked in. This was amazing pacing, an amazing build-up. The performances in this film were absolutely phenomenal. I'm going to say this outright. I think, Luke, that this is the best female performance in a science fiction film since Sigourney Weaver in Aliens. Emily Blunt is just amazing in this movie.
I would agree. I would actually say maybe better than Sigourney. And I hate to say that because I love those roles. And of course, you and I, we're always nerding out about Emily Blunt, right? Big, long-time crush on her. Yeah, there was multiple times where I thought, I think we got to give her an Oscar nod.
Absolutely,
for this role.
100%. I'm of the agreement with that perfectly.
Her, Josh O'Connor, and then Coleman Domingo. Every line he gives is like there's so much pizzazz in there.
Yeah.
And Colin Firth, you want to strangle this guy throughout the whole film.
You hate Colin Firth, man. Like, he's Colin Firth for about 30 seconds, and then he's his character, and it's just off to the races there. But it feels like it's very X-Files in a lot of way. There's this government conspiracy aspect to it. And the payoff, I think, at the end, in way that all this comes about, as you said, there's empathy, and there's this I don't know what her character's name is or what the actress's name is, but there's a through line with a character at the end. I don't want to give away too much. This is basically, it's all of us. And I couldn't help but get choked up at the way that this particular person was reacting to what was unfolding.
Yeah, and I just there's a lot of little things that I think Spielberg did well too. There's some new ideas when it comes to like sci-fi technology that I really liked. There's some hits that he plays. We get a lot of sci-fi movies, a lot of old Spielberg tricks. I like the way that they plugged in like the local news as just like a former local TV news guy. How they turned that into something, just feeding it into the networks. I don't want to give away too much near the end, but I think he did that well. And I think it just goes back to like, look, I said it a second ago, he's 79. It almost feels like he still has that childlike wonder of picking up a camera for the first time and just being in awe. That mystique, like he still feels it as a filmmaker, and you really see it in this film.
Yeah, you really do. I will say this. You're either going to rock with the ending or you're not. I could see this ending pissing off a lot of people, and I understand why. But for those who are pissed off about it, I would really encourage you to reflect on the final moments of this film and really, really think about whether that was an appropriate ending, because I fundamentally absolutely agree. It fits with the tone of the movie, and it makes a lot of sense if you are paying attention.
Yeah, I think with the ending, here's what I think. A little twist on that. I think people are going to love the ending. I think it's the last couple moments that I think people are going to have.
Yeah, but
that makes sense. Like that last 20 minutes is like you're looking around the theater and people are like leaning. You were leaning forward.
Yeah.
People were dialed in for that last like 20 minutes or maybe even longer. I mean, like you said, there was many sequences where you're like, where are they going with this? Like edge of your seat. Legit edge of your seat sequences. But then for that final like 20 minutes there where it's like this race against time, the TV stuff, you're so focused, and like there's a couple reveals that come, but those final couple shots people are going to have some problems with.
Yeah, and I don't have a problem with it. I could hear some groans in the theater when it happened, but I don't have a problem with it because I know what a master storyteller Steven Spielberg is.
It's the journey.
And I know exactly what he was going for and exactly what he was trying to say. And I'll say this, Luke, kind of as a wrap-up thing. People out there who think Spielberg is overrated or he doesn't got anymore, he's a master. This is a master craftsman, a master storyteller. This is peak Spielberg in my mind. He is absolutely phenomenal, fantastic. I can't think... I am just so privileged to be living in a world where he is still making movies, because as you said, he's only got so many more of these left. I feel like this may be the final like actual genre film we get from him.
Yeah, we get a Western, I guess, that he's supposedly working on next. Yeah, I counter everything, or excuse me, I sit with everything that you just said. Just go in, I ask viewers, go in with an open mind to like, just look at what he's doing with the camera. Because we sometimes forget that, because his editing is always seamless. His storytelling is always seamless. But we forget how much of a craftsman he is. It's like every possible camera trick in the books was in this film. You almost don't notice it because the story and editing is so seamless and smooth.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll ask you in a second. If I had to give this a score, strong 9 on 10 for me. What about you, Luke?
9 out of 10 without a doubt.
Okay. All right. Well, that's it for now. We will be fully reviewing this sucker and going over this in our next podcast next week. In the meantime, I am Corey Van Castle, Cook of the Movie Chumps.
Luke Mayo here.
And we'll see y'all next time. Peace.